Hello! Watchers from the other side, specters and spooks and non-binary cryptids that go bump in the night. Welcome to another episode of Daddy's Dungeon ES Pizza with a very special guest. We'll introduce them in just a second. I, of course, as always, am your keeper, your guide into our little dalliance into destiny. No time left to dilly-dally. It's time to bring in these meddling kids.
I feel issued.
Say hello, meddling
like
kids.
To be in one of my campaigns.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
just like I just said to everyone in the chat and no one in this chat here, we have a special guest. Do you wanna say a couple words?
Hi, I'm Pete. You can find me on TikTok at psherman42wallaby. And I am this week's special guest on this week's episode of Monster Hunt. Is that what it's called?
Well, the system is called Monster of the Week.
Monster of the Week, that's it.
Yeah, the campaign is called Daddy's Dungeon ES Pizza. So last we left our heroes, our three meddling kids, the Flake, the Spellslinger, and the Crooked. They had, tracked down our mysterious skull-masked man to his little shack in the woods, and kind of made it so we can't use it anymore because it was found out. They fought some mutated rattlesnakes that were crossbred or magically combined with bats, and we named them Battlesnakes, which inspired this week's Patreon, or the Patreon art for last episode. You can go check that out.
Horrifying.
You can go to. Wait, you thought they were actually horrifying?
Yes, you made a snake bat hybrid. There's not a way you could make that.
I don't know. The more I got to finishing them, the more cute I thought they ended up being. Especially the way I posed his little wings. It looks like he was almost.
I don't give a shit. It's a bat rattlesnake.
It's a battlesnake.
It's Battlesnake.
Yeah.
So that was the Patreon art. If you want to go and check that out, go to Daddy's Dungeon D&D at patreon.com. Sign up at the $5 level and get access to all the art that I've been doing for cool moments each episode. But, like I said before we started, I would give you all a question or two about what you find within our mysterious foes' woodland abode. Or used to be abode. So, anyone have a question for your keeper?
I'm high, so no.
You're high. Oh, yeah, you're tripping balls because of the snake.
Yeah, because of magic and snake poison, the ultimate. So I'm just sitting there looking up at Juniper, because not Blaze. What's your character's name again, Blaze? Justice, thank you. It's been 2 weeks, in my defense. Yeah. Justice ran off. So I'm just looking up at Juniper and going, hey, when did you learn to transform into food? Because that's some pretty cool now.
I am not currently food.
I beg to differ. I thought you were pretty cool before. But now, I reach up and boop her nose. But now, that's awesome.
Okay, Juniper, you kind of like hoist DJ's arm over your shoulder and kind of drag him into the shack.
I'm a pumpkin. Woo!
There is an old rusty cot. There are 2 cages. There's a table with a stool next to it, and those are the main things. If you want to, you can ask me a question about any of those things.
Can I ask you about any other things?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Ask me a question.
Are there any material components or residue from material components? I can investigate a mystery and get what magic was used here.
Okay.
If you'd like.
That's fine. This is like a free-ish thing.
Yeah, it's a free question.
It's a free-ish thing.
I can just use it whenever.
Gotcha. You definitely smell chlorine in the air, but it's less like chlorine, but it's more like the smell that was on the weird residue that was on the back of the router when we had the poltergeist inside of the Game Boy. Not the Game Boy, the DS.
Okay.
So the ghost had traveled through the LAN wires into the router and left a residue behind that, and that smelled of chlorine. That same smell is not only it is around and in between the cages. As far as magical components are, you spy. They look like glue. They look like hot glue gun sticks, but they're like slightly softer to the touch, and they're kind of on the table over there.
Okay.
They're like they're like
those with us.
Yeah, they're not like they're about 7 inches long, and they look like they're kind of broken-ish. Like there's like smaller chunks next to them. It's at this point that Justice, you have circled back and barge in the door and see Juniper messing around with evidence.
Check, 1, 2. Okay,
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. I would actually like to do mine outside.
Word.
So before he comes and barges in the door, Justice would like to see if he can pick up this guy's trail for like just about a minute, just to see if he left anything behind. Maybe he, like a piece of his coat was ripped off on a tree branch, or like something that could. I don't know. He's got his flashlight out and he's looking around.
What
Where
you
the
find?
Where the damn hell did you go?
What you find is 2 segmented pieces that are, again, that are like like a hot glue gun stick. But they're like softer to the touch. It's like more like wax, and and they are on the ground. It's like 2 pieces. It looks like it was like kind of freshly snapped in 2. And also next to it, you see a rod of flint that was almost like one of those little flint rods that you put into like a Bic lighter, or not a Bic lighter, like one of those. Like,
Oh,
one of
a
those.
Zippo.
A Zippo.
Zippo.
That was the word.
I've got one
got
around
that.
here. Okay, yeah, Justice will pick it up and just go, what the fuck? Alright. And puts it in his coat pocket. Alright, well, guess I'm going back now. We're gonna get you, you motherfucker!
You shout that into the ether.
But those, so I imagine, you guys regroup at the shack and then make your way back to the ES Pizza van, and then eventually
carried there.
you carried there. You're thrown in the back with the traps and whatnot.
That's the worst place to put a guy who's tripping.
And you
He's
guys,
definitely in the back seat. I'm not getting pulled over with this dude in the
Put me
back.
with a bear trap next to me. I will put my hand in it.
I think Justice is probably at this point just like giving you your Game Boy or something,
the DS.
3DS.
and turned on the back light because you know you can't see that shit in the dark.
Oh, it's a game. So I have
Oh, it's
a
like-
3DS, but he's given me a Game Boy.
Yeah.
What's on it?
Get a Game Boy game, coward. Do it. I
He's
have one
playing
ready to go.
Pokemon- he's playing Pokemon Red.
Pokemon Red.
Wait, you're giving a
Game
high
Boy.
person your save file of Pokemon Red?
Oh fuck! I'm releasing Bulbasaur immediately.
Oh no! Okay.
I think that's a point of luck gone or something. Someone's got to be punished for that.
No.
Anyway.
Okay, so time passes and everything. Juniper, you end up going back to school, and DJ and Justice, you guys end up going back to work. It takes Justice to DJ a couple of days to get over the magical venomous concoction that he was under, and eventually it's okay to come back to work at the pizza shop. And it's a normal day. It's December 1st. You guys had gotten a little bit of snow. The treetops have these fun little like snow caps that are on top of the remaining leaves. There's just enough snow that it kind of sticks to the sides of the roads, and there's little crusted pieces of ice along the sidewalk. And the glass is almost perpetually frosted over. And you guys are working your normal afternoon shift when someone calls
Or
the
when they are relative to everyone else.
It's the other way for us.
calls
For me, it's a straight line of
Pointing to the
everyone.
void.
this. I'm sorry. This is for the chat. This is the chat sees as I see it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
When
The
someone
void calls you back.
calls the ES Pizza the pizza shop using the ES Pizza line, not the Don Pizza, the public face name.
I know the ploy now, right? I know
Yes,
the,
yeah,
the
you're
whole
in
racket.
on it now.
Thank you for calling ES Pizza. What can I get you today?
I need help. Get
You're gonna
over
need to-
here as fast as you can.
Can I get an address? Never mind. What the fuck?
What's the code for this one?
You didn't even give me pizza code. Yeah. How dare the new player not know our pizza code?
Oh my god.
Justice. Justice, help. Blaze, you muted.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put me on a brief
Blaze, you're
hold?
muted. Blaze. My sweet boy, you're muted.
Why?
Yeah, you can help.
There you
Put me
go.
on a brief hold.
Justice comes
Oh,
around the corner with a baseball bat. What's going on?
so they don't know our pizza codes. What's your address?
I'm living in a
You can say
I'm
any
living in a
other address.
dilapidated homemade hut in the woods. I used to work at the school, but I can't go back there. You can find me in
You're
the
not allowed
woods
within
behind the
500
school.
Okay. We'll be. Can you tell us what threat we're dealing with, preferably in the wording of pizza? I'm putting you on an improv spot right now.
Chubby pizza.
I'm sorry. One more time.
All right.
Can we get that clean, please?
Yeah, can we get a clean cut?
Anchovy pizza.
All right, we'll get right
Alright,
on that, and
sounds
thank you for
fishy.
calling.
We better be on our way.
I
So
put the phone down.
anchovy pizza is just a catch-all for something fishy.
Thank you.
Okay. I will add.
In
chose
the
right.
code of pizza. No, it's okay.
No.
It's okay. Listen. When I explained to you when I wrote out the ad for you, I didn't give anything specific. I just thought it would just be fun to see what you came up with, and I love what you
Yeah,
did. It was
you
awesome.
nailed the improv.
Good job.
I literally,
Oh yeah.
And shove.
I
I-
like that.
and
I
shove.
do
Like,
hostile
you didn't know
improv.
pizza goes- Like, oh shit, is this like an angel shot kind of thing?
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
All our ES Pizza stuff is angel shots. So last time we had to
Just
take
increase-
on 3 ghosts, so it was a 3 cheese pizza.
Yeah, I'd like to order an anchovy pizza. To the dilapidated hut behind the school in the woods.
Justice. What
Justice.
on the phone for? Did we have 2 ES Pizza lines in your eavesdrop?
Yes, absolutely. He's got a second one.
Justice, you absolutely
Listen,
kind
this
of
is 2012. Landlines were all the rage.
Justice, you kind of recognize this voice.
Do I?
It's like a little gurglier, kind of flappier than it usually is, but you recognize this voice as it's on the tip of your tongue. It's on the tip of your tongue. But as soon as you see this, maybe.
But he went to the
but
school.
yeah, you guys went to the same school, but I believe Justice got in more trouble.
Ah, I see.
Absolutely.
Uh,
100%.
It's on the tip of your tongue. It's some kind of vaguely authoritative figure from your high school experience.
hold on, I need to look something up real quick. What time of day is it?
It's
no
like
one remembers the janitor.
I just looked at my wrist like it was an actual watch. It's like I'm gonna say 4:30.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
I need to know if it was a school day, because if so, Juniper's already there. If not, I need to text her.
Yeah.
But she's not. It's a Saturday, so I text Juniper and say, anchovy pizza. I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but I texted out anchovy pizza. Indent. Meet us at the school.
Okay, so Juniper's been running with you guys for long enough that she's caught on some of the cues. And
Okay.
I've been taking notes on what
Gotcha.
pizzas mean.
Goon, real quick before we go out. So my panic room has an infirmary as one of its features, and I would really like to be less hurt.
You would like to be less hurt?
I'm currently
I
at
mean,
4 harm.
We
And
have we did a time skip.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. I
been 3
have
weeks.
medical equipment.
Go ahead
How
and
much
get
do
less
I
hurt.
know?
A long rest.
Yeah, no, go ahead and get less hurt.
How much less hurt? Can I clear it, or do I gotta?
Let's.
been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks. Let's say 3 less hurt.
Okay, cool.
How much hurt is the total, by the way?
You die at 7.
Die at 7 hurt. You were down 3 hurt.
You're unstable
yeah.
at 4.
Yeah,
Instead
I
of-
was at
okay,
4,
so you're
but
good
I was
now.
stabilized.
You're good.
By magic. Okay, cool. I'm back at 1, so I'm
Cool,
still
cool.
a little bruised.
Yeah, no
up,
one
but
should-
I'm still.
None of you should be hurt.
I was
at this point.
mauled by snakes.
Yeah, time skip though.
I think I took.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're fine with that, I'm fine with that.
I'm pretty sure that's actually just how it works.
Cool. I'm good.
I
I'm
have a
good being.
handbook right here.
Nice,
No,
nice,
let's
nice.
remain hurt. Thank you.
I'd like to be mildly injured, please. I would like to
Being
increase
broken is
my
one of my
risk of
best
dying.
personality traits.
Go,
The
go.
hurt is on the inside.
Okay, so as you guys, when you guys pull up to when you pull up to Trinity High, in your go Timberwolves, in your ES Pizza delivery van,
What's us?
you notice there is a squad car in the parking lot, and there is caution tape Xing the doors, the only external doors towards the swimming pool.
Well, that makes me
And-
immediately want to go to the swimming pool.
Officer Coffins is there.
Is he that fucking?
fuck.
Yes.
Ah, shit.
Fuck.
Wait.
In
actually,
fact,
hold on.
in fact,
Did I-
you
did I
can
grab
hear
Tarzan
him as you
before
pull up.
I reached back to the anchovy pizza because we did establish we do make the pizzas. However, if someone ordered one to the school, which is a lie, but it'll get us here. It'll keep us here longer. So I grabbed the pizza.
Grab the pizza. Where are you heading with this pizza?
I just, in case he's like, "What are you doing here?" We're like, "Someone ordered a pizza to the school." I don't know. Like, it gives us a mild deniability.
Right,
On
he's
the fact
not-
that we just rolled up to a crime scene.
Gotcha. He's like on the outside. He's on the other side of the door, the door into the swimming pool. It's open ajar, so that he can like slip out because he's currently on a smoke break. Typical Officer Coffins.
Officer Coffins.
Typical.
He puts the coffin.
Typical. And he's having a smoke and he's watching you walk by and he's like,
Evening, officer.
Justice.
I don't have a hat, but I tip an imaginary hat. My character doesn't either, to be clear.
Dom's boy.
You could just call me Dom as well, or DJ. I don't know why Justice got a name. I feel like it's just you don't know his dad.
I don't know his dad, but of the
I know
three of you,
Justice.
of the three of you who's been in my holding cell, it was Justice. It was Justice. So I don't really know your name. I know you as Dom's boy, and I don't know why you guys are hanging out with this weirdo witch girl. But I don't want to know. I got a salmon to investigate.
I'm sorry, boss. Did you have salmon to investigate?
Yes,
What do you mean by that?
there is human salmon and human and salmon blood and a dead salmon remains, some kind of excrement, something. They're kind of just all up in the pool and the chlorine and no one knows what's going on.
Oh, okay. So we should just stay away from there then. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine a reason to go in there. Ain't that right, Dom?
Yeah, I couldn't. That'd be insane to go in there. You said there's human and fish blood?
Human and fish blood, and also the janitor hasn't been seen today.
I lean over to Juniper, and I whisper, Are mermaids real?
I don't know about any substantiated claims.
I lean over to Justice. Yeah, Justice.
Yeah.
Are mermaids real?
I don't know. I've never seen one.
Alright, cool. So while he's talking, I just check with both of my cohorts.
No, Dom's boy, mermaids aren't real.
Okay, just checking.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know why you were asking them, but nope.
Yeah, you know how we are.
Are you kids
You
high?
know,
Oh, you don't want to know the answer to
I
that.
genuinely don't know if DJ is high right now, so please don't make me answer that.
I'd say I'm 100% clean at the moment.
High on life.
That's the right answer. You kids have a nice day.
Good.
Officer, you know I don't dabble.
Sure.
I see.
And
Alright.
Justice starts to walk away.
Yeah, so that's probably related to our thing. I say once we're out of earshot, but we were told behind the school in the shack, so maybe that's objective 2. Also, while we're here, I would like to bet $20 that this is a trap that we're walking into. I offer
You know
that
what?
$20.
I don't think I'm that brazen
Right.
at this point because it does seem a lot like a trap, and I don't want to bet that it's not.
I'm gonna keep making $20 bets in every mystery, and that's a promise.
My.
All right.
Is this the punching each other in the balls in the grog and
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So the
I'm
woods
not participating in gambling.
so the woods behind the school, they're beyond the pool, beyond the football field, and there are a series of well-worn, historic, tradition-laden paths that many a child, who went to Trinity High, go Timberwolves, have trotted upon and done various non-school sanctioned things.
Which leads me to my question. I turn around and I look at both of you and I go, okay, I both know you guys fucked around in the woods behind school, so where is a shack?
I will lead the way then.
One of you's a witch and the other one's a criminal. I know for a fact that one of you motherfuckers.
Of course I know where the shack in the woods
Anyway,
is.
yeah,
All right.
I follow behind. And
All
I
right.
go, it's weird. It's weird.
Sorry, I would never
that
share that
Officer
information with a nerd.
Yeah, you sell me drugs. Like,
All right,
And you buy them from me from exorbitant prices. All right.
fair.
all right.
It's weird that Officer Coffins didn't ask what we were doing here on a Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's a little suspicious, but he's a terrible cop.
I can tell.
All right, so
Milky doesn't even lock the holding cell.
okay, so
When
Pete,
it's debating canon.
Pete, your character hears this improvised dialogue coming up the trail. And, you s-
And I scurry and I try
hate
to
that
duck for
verb.
cover, and I just go.
I throw a knife in that direction.
no, don't throw it.
Ah!
Your knife hits the side of the like right next to the window on the shack.
Ah! Oh.
Don't hurt me.
You currently can't see inside.
I walk over, I pick up the knife and go, are you the one who called? But
Are you here
fast
with an anchovy pizza?
I slowly hold the pizza up against the window.
And then I peek up over the window to see the
Pete.
pizza.
You see notorious troublemaker Justice, notorious dork DJ, and just
Whoa.
general witchy teen Juniper, who is still going to who is currently
Yeah.
enrolled in high school.
We were a jock with Justice, a suit kid with DJ, and, well, she's still a witch.
She's
Like,
still a witch in high school.
I'm
Yeah.
just a witch.
Juniper, the teenage witch.
Yes.
And I just go, you kids are running this operation?
Justice, it's the janitor.
Of course.
What's your
Yeah,
what's your
no
last name?
I saw the fucking.
What-
Name is Randy Sweepy Broom.
God fucking damn it. No, why?
Hold on. I made some concept art. I want to put it in the chat real fast for you guys.
Sweepy broom, huh?
Sweetie
Yeah.
Brew.
My name is Randy Sweepy Broom.
That cannot be your birth name.
Here we go. Here's the concept art for you guys.
For generations.
Okay, so I was I lean over and I go,
see.
so I think mermaids are real, but they're the exact opposite of the image I had in my head.
For
They're the experiments of Skullface.
Oh. That checks out, actually.
Yeah.
So what is presented for you is the head of a salmon, the body of a salmon, the forefins of a salmon, 2 human legs, and a salmon tail. Also a cigarette, unlit, just kind of in their lips.
It's
A mermaid?
glorious.
No, they were once a normal human.
I would assume not.
Hold on a second. Is that Dr. SB?
No.
And the scales.
Oh, damn, Doc SB, I haven't seen you since high school. Holy crap. What are you doing out here in the shack? And did I know he was a fish before, or?
No. Before,
Yeah.
as of he has only been semi-amphibious for less than 12 hours.
All right. And what are you doing with all that?
Oh, I just thought I would try something new. I was tricked! Did you
Hold
think I
on.
wanted to look like this?
I gently gesture to Juniper, and I go, was it by someone who looked like this but an adult, or someone with a skull on their face?
Do I know the answer to that question?
Number 2.
It was a man with a skull on his face. I was cleaning up that acid mess y'all left in the school, and then he came up to me holding a fish. He said, "Listen, you live this life of destitution, working in the school, cleaning up after children, or do you want to become half fish and be free to live your dreams?" I said, "Oh my gosh, you could turn me into a mermaid?" He said, "Kinda." And and then he also offered me $50,000 bucks to take it on. And I said, "What am I gonna lose?" Apparently my arms.
2 things. 2 things. First of all, Goon, is he lying?
I mean, the acid thing is a lie. Is a lie. He's just kind of bringing
was gonna
back
say, we
old
wouldn't-
nonsense. The night of the jalapeno dragon was a long time ago. It was back when
shit.
when Justice was
Sorry.
still in high school.
This
That's
week,
fine.
It was months ago. Years ago.
It was years ago, back when Justice was still in high
It was
school.
years ago.
It was years ago, back when
Okay.
Justice was still in high school. But for simplicity's sake, let's say it was some kind of science experiment gone wrong in the school, and you were still cleaning up acid for whatever reason.
Yeah.
My character can always
Yeah.
tell when people are lying,
Acid
so.
trips.
Yeah. He's telling the
Second
truth.
thing. How does becoming fused with a fish make you
Discussing the
free?
plane of events.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, how exactly does that? That is a great question. I'm just wondering about this whole predicament in here. What were you thinking, man?
Well, I just thought I've been living my life being told that I gotta be a janitor because my last name is Sweepy Broom. But I don't want to be a Sweepy Broom. I want to be a mermaid with $50,000.
You know what? You know what? You don't have big aspirations, but at least you know what you want.
Yeah.
And place your heart for it.
And then he threw me to the ground, threw the fish on the ground, and then he shot me with a laser gun. And
Regular
then suddenly
gun.
he says, "You can have the $50,000 if you hold out your hand." And I hold out a fin, and he ran away.
Bastard! The bastard, man! Didn't even give me the
One
50K.
hell of a devil's bargain.
Shit.
And
The
now I can't
bastard, man.
even. And now I can't even live up to my namesake. I can't sweep any brooms.
You got a pretty big mouth. You probably. I'm sorry.
Don't body shame me.
I know.
All right,
sorry.
all right. You know what? I'm gonna go pull the van around, and we're gonna free Willy this. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect. I think now's the time to connect the dots question.
All right, yeah, the gang's all here.
Okay.
The mystery is afoot. It's time for that part of the mystery where Noodle connects the dots. Connects the dots is a special thing that the Flake can do. Gives him a couple bit of insight on how the mystery gonna be.
Yeah, it helps me way more than it should.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck! Shit! I got a 4. Nothing. I get nothing.
You get nothing.
Oh, no, whoa. It's plus sharp,
It's plus sharp.
and last session I got a +1 to sharp at the end of the session.
Mhm.
So I am now, that's a +3, so 7.
Nice.
So I get one question.
You get one question.
All right, kid, you get one. You get exactly
You get one. You get one shot. Don't throw it away, kid.
Okay, God, I have so few
You gotta
questions to
have
work
the best
with.
question ever. It's
Oh.
a question.
When and where will the next critical event occur? I guess is the only question that makes sense because I can intuit the rest of them. Track down this bastard who fished my janitor and didn't even pay him. If you paid him, I would be way less mad.
That's very.
Yeah, think about it.
That's the way that this question is interesting because I haven't even decided
Yeah,
the next
got
critical
you,
event.
bastard.
I haven't even decided. Ah,
Finally, got him.
you got me.
Improv. Go.
Because the next critical event is the next human experiment. Technically speaking,
Not
know what?
necessarily.
I just figured it out. The next critical the best place to go in this situation, it's very critical, would be the moving house, the walking house that Justice mistakenly thought was Baba Yaga's, but is actually Juniper's aunt.
Oh no!
Let's go see. Let's go see your. Okay, I think about it and I go. We should go. Hold on. And I pull out Goody. Which one do I have? Faith. Yeah, I have because Patience doesn't like to talk to me, and
Yeah,
Sweet
and
is way
Sweet's
too
a little.
flirtatious.
Yeah.
Sweet's secretly in love with me. I take out my emotional support ghost,
So secretly.
and I go. I don't. I don't think you can.
For your
fix
mental
this without a
image,
candle.
this ghost is residing within a snow globe of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I pull this out and I start talking, and I go, "You can't undo this without a candle." Yeah, without the candle.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I really appreciate that you've been coming around with me. It's helping a lot.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah.
With the snow globe back in
Learning.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Can Sleepy Room hear this? Or
Yes.
does he just see me talking?
You are in the same room as this fishman.
I just didn't know if they could only talk to me.
We're in the middle of the woods right now. By the way, how are you keeping moist?
Oh, I keep having
This is
to.
a time, by the way, when everybody hates that
in the
word.
creek every 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, this is 2012.
Okay, well,
Moist is
hold
a
on.
gross
I need to
word.
hear that again. What did you say about
Yeah.
keeping one?
How do I maintain keeping moist? Well, I gotta dip my gills in the creek every 15 minutes or so. By the way, excuse me real quick.
Woo!
Do you have a water spell, Juniper? I don't.
I
Cause
can move the water. I can't create water, but we
Can
can
you-
have a little pool in the cabin. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Well, I've got a
Spray
drawer.
bottle?
I've got a really big drawer where I keep like
I
weapons.
normally
and stuff.
fill it with shotguns, but we can put a guy in there.
Yeah, we could.
Or at
probably
least
put a guy
enough
in there.
water to keep the guy moist.
Okay, let's.
So yeah,
We can
Justice.
at least transport him that way.
Justice, you kind of power walk past Coffins, who's on his 12th cigarette, and you bring the van around, and he kind of gives you a side-eye glance as you're driving the van up the little path past the football field into the woods.
As Justice passes him, he's
Morning.
gonna say, morning. But he's also gonna go. I think I just heard Miss Freya slip and fall in the pool room. You might want to go help her and get her out of there. I'm gonna try to throw him off so he doesn't know exactly where I'm taking the van.
Okay. He kind of slowly bends down to get underneath the caution tape, and you can hear him go.
And then
Old
like,
man sounds. Ugh.
and then Justice takes a tennis ball that he has, quickly cuts it in half with a knife, throws a bunch of like those little firecrackers in it that explode upon contact.
Little like pop
And
rock
just-
things.
Yeah, those little pop rock things, and just whips it using his footballer arm at the door right above it, just so he can hear a loud bang as Justice leaves.
You guys see the ES pizza van pull up. Pete, on the side of the van, it says Don Pizza, not ES Pizza. So now you know who secretly has been busting ghosts in your town.
I'm gonna ask if he knew how he got the ES Pizza number. I don't know. I asked Justice how do people know to call us?
They just kind of do.
There's an old radio in the shack in the woods that you guys would tune into the radio and have your little makeout parties in the shack.
What the fuck do you think this group of people was up to?
Yeah.
What part of our three characters makes you think these guys had makeup parties in high school?
Hey, Justice is a self-proclaimed jock. Don't jocks go to makeout parties?
Well, yes, but at the makeout parties, he's normally selling firearms and drugs.
At the jocks I knew were also band nerds.
And you're telling me
whole unrelated things. So no, they didn't.
Wait, he's selling drugs and guns, and he's not getting laid?
Yeah, that's so hot.
Anyway,
he's on that Stigma male grind set, all right.
Anyway, yeah. So there's
it hasn't been invented yet. It's 2012.
So anyway,
2012 was a better time.
So there's an old 80s radio that was handed down through generations, and when you, Mr. Push Broom, Sweepy Broom, stumbled into the shack late at night, the dials glowed like a translucent, beautiful blue, and the ES Pizza ad ran inexplicably in the middle of a song. Halfway through Diamonds, it just cut to that ad. That's not natural.
I saw something that looked like magic turning the radio dials, and it led me to a commercial for ES Pizza.
Oh,
but now I'm seeing Don's Pizza. Of course it's you kids.
My name is Dom. You could have assumed that it was my dad's pizza.
Yeah, sure thing, Dong.
You can just call me DJ.
Local pizza places are there?
This one, I think.
Justice pulls on the extendable sheet that goes over and just ES Pizza is on a sheet there
Oh.
on the side of the van.
Okay.
Maybe we should go out like that,
Yeah.
Well, no,
I can't exactly be seen like this.
That's why we have the van.
That's why we have the
the
van.
windows are blacked out.
Oh, good.
Only on the back. It's street legal.
Yes.
I hate for people to see me like this. Normally, I'm very beautiful.
This is a lie.
Of course.
My ability to know that one.
I'm sorry. It was too good.
Get the drawer ready.
So
Better looking than you are now.
go ahead and give me a use magic roll.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 13. That's nice.
Cool. Some added benefits. Your scales will never be as shiny and luminous because her magic is so good. She pulled some of the good minerals from the underlying mud. Mm-hmm. So you will actually be beautiful with this good water.
Good water. I'm beautiful.
So you all guys load up in the van.
I can be a mermaid.
Was this what you pictured when they told you mermaid?
Though, that you drew a salmon in mating season.
I did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just drew a salmon. I looked up salmon.
There's a censored photo. Of course he did.
I thought that was like a leg.
No.
Oh my god, thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
I wanted to do.
You can sweep me under the rug any day.
I don't know if I'm into salmon people, but I'm open to thinking about it.
All right, we need to. Okay, we'll discuss whether or not I should release these concept art drawings to the public.
I thought they could see the concept drawing.
They might have for a second, but they probably couldn't see it well.
There's a moment where he's skipping and his legs are separated and there's just a big banner that says nope.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. The idea was that he was flapping his fins and running away.
Yeah. Anyway. I love this character. Anyway.
Awesome.
So you guys all load up in the van, and Justice, you do your best to remember that fateful night when you were alerted to the supernatural within your town on that faithful pizza delivery on behalf of Don Pizza to the Wandering House in the woods. And you have proficiency in driving, and so your navigation's on point. And it's not long before you guys are in front of Juniper's aunt's house, who it's a proper, very cottagecore cottage on top of two very beefy chicken legs.
Is my dad's car here?
Yes.
I'm staying in the van.
Oh,
Don't worry, she's gonna be coming out here. I'm not taking the fishing set.
okay.
Alright.
I
Okay.
will go
Sorry,
knock on
Dr.
the door.
SB.
So how do you ring the doorbell? Because it is notably not on the ground. It is like up.
Okay.
I have air magic. I just airlift myself.
Call your aunt, Juniper.
Right here.
So you send a little puff of energy up and hit the doorbell, or
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
sending her.
air
Yeah.
blast.
air blast? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you hit the doorbell, the door opens, and yep, Juniper's very hot on opens the door in a towel. You guys are up. Well, they're up, and so it's, a little bit like an 80s movie. But she quickly realizes what's going on, and then she commands the house to sit down. And she says, hi, what's up? What's up? Did you have any questions? You need me for more magic.
Just a little.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
You guys can hear from inside of the house. Who is it? What's going on? What's going on?
It's Justice. Don't worry about it, sir.
Hey,
Justice.
Dad.
Justice. What is? And then Dom, DJ's dad comes out,
Hey, Dad.
also in a towel.
I'm not questioning that. But my character is choosing again. Insanely smart person.
Looking up
Blinders
this
are up.
way.
Hey, Dad.
And they both get.
Everywhere else, but
What
no
is-
eye contact.
What's the meaning of this? Why are you bothering this nice lady?
I walk over and I open the van door.
There is a
Who is-
fish person.
Who the fuck?
It's
Uh,
Doc SB from the school. Wow, what kind of fucking accent was that, me?
Doc,
It's another
Really
Italian
southern
thing.
draw.
I lost the southern draw for a second. I got it back.
Alright.
Sweepy Broom, you see the proprietor of Don Pizza in a towel, looking very much like a DILF, next to another very attractive, someone you recognize as a biology teacher at the high school, also dressed in a towel.
Do I know her on a
Also
first
looking
name
like a
basis?
dill.
No, she is Martin Latchkey to you, Miss Martin
Miss-
Latchkey,
Miss
hyphenated.
ML.
Miss Latchkey, nice to see ya.
Oh my God, what happened?
That's a long
Selfish
story.
dude.
I got offered to be a mermaid. He said kinda. He ran away with my money. And now I'm here.
That's a very bastardized version of the story. But you are correct.
Oh my.
Have
Oh, and you guys think I
told
can
my
fix
dad
it?
what's going on? Does my dad know what's happening with the candle and what we've been doing? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I mean,
He sat down and had a very long. Sat down and had a very post brief chat with the goodies.
okay, I was gonna say, I feel like me and my dad have family dinner once a week, and if this hasn't come up in conversation, I don't know what we'd talk about.
Family dinners as usual at the DeVille house are very quiet.
Yeah. But now that we have ghosts to talk about, we have 3 whole sentences back and forth.
They're ghosts. Yep. Okay.
All right.
Love you, Dad.
And so, why did you bring him to me?
Him.
Yeah. I'll take any pronoun as long as they're free.
I love this
Why did you
character.
bring Bingus to me?
I guess you can use that as a
I
pronoun.
guess you can use
Because we
a
need to
pronoun if it's
reverse
free.
it.
Sounds like a premium pronoun. A real professional noun.
These kids paying $8 a month for these pronouns.
We need to reverse it.
Yeah.
You think- What makes you think I can revert a fish man?
Well,
you're
you made a
kind of
cat.
magic.
Doesn't
We-
hurt to try.
What's the cat's name again? The cat that we can talk.
Salem.
Salem.
His name's just Salem.
Oh, we know
'Cause
about
he's-
Salem. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
We know you can transfigure.
where is Salem? I wonder what he's up to today. Anyway,
let's see. It's almost 7 o'clock. He's on his way to the old lady's house to get his saucer of milk and belly rubs, baby.
Yeah.
he's got it made. I'm really happy for Salem.
Oh, yeah.
He really got a good ending.
Happy, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad for him. He was a real asshole on our Tinder date.
He's
I mean,
living cat life.
I guess. Let me see if I. Well, that's gonna take some. Give me 1 sec. And then she walks into her house, shuts the door. You can you can hear her rattling around to like little glass things and whatnot, jars, kind of like taking sniffs and whatnot and everything. So
Hey, Sleepy Broom. When we get this fixed, are you gonna snitch about magic and ghosts?
yeah, what's your deal?
If you do this, if you do this for me, your secret's safe with me. Fuck the school. I don't even want to go back there anymore. I want to pursue my dreams. I want to be a painter. I want to go around and paint mountains.
Get a load of this
Paint
guy.
the side of
Let's
mountains or paint images of mountains?
This fish guy's gonna paint mountains.
Good for you, Doc.
There are so
Incredible.
many
I want to paint images of mountains on the side of mountains.
Incredible.
That's so meta.
It'll say a statement.
Okay,
Do you have
okay.
a good severance package?
Well,
My severance package was that $50,000. I'm gonna have a paintbrush and a gun to find the guy that took it from me.
anyway.
Well, then you can help us with that.
Miss Rose comes back out and she says, okay, I don't know about reverting the whole fish, but with what I have currently, I might be able to. How do you feel about a pair of arms?
Can I paint with the arms?
I feel like your happy ending
Yeah.
isn't even being a human. It's just
Yes.
With arms.
You could.
Okay, as long as I can paint with the arms, that's fine.
Okay.
And can we please get him some pants? Also, I feel like no one's talked about that yet.
But Dom,
I've just been doing my best to keep my vision at eye level.
Really?
I want to keep my old pants, but I can't fit my tail in there. Makes it look like
Okay.
I shit myself.
well, I'm going to need a couple of things, and he's going to need a pair of pants.
Please.
I'm going to need some kind of arm simulacra to kind of mold his spirit and flesh around to, make sure the anatomy's correctly. So, like a pair of mannequin arms, or really
Okay.
good cardboard cutout arms, or something, some
Let's go
simulacra.
raid a department store.
So, I'm also going to need a very specific kind of glowing mushroom. It's going to grow in the South Mountain, and they're going to start glowing in about an hour or so, so you might want to chop on that. And then I'm also going to need someone to help me prepare the cauldron. Looks like...
Well, I've done mushroom picking before.
Okay.
Yeah, and you've
Department
also got
store.
a vehicle. You can get there in time.
Yeah, you can drop me off at the department store.
Okay.
Unless Dad wants to loan me his car, which I'm gonna guess he does not.
Mr. Sweepy Broom, what do you want to do? What do you want to
I want
do?
to get pants.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sick of having my member out for all you to see.
Members
You know what,
such a,
that-
like... It brings me back to, like, 2012's
Department
AO3.
store.
Anyway.
Yeah, like just take the whole mannequin with the pants. Take the pants, give them.
Yeah,
to him, and then
just
we
take
give
the
him
whole
the
thing.
arms. Yeah.
Yeah, single-handedly brought him
Fancy
back.
pants. I don't get paid
Fancy.
enough by the school to afford fancy pants. Get me fancy ones.
Here's how broke I am in real life. I can't even imagine a fancy brand of pants. I don't know what would be considered fancy pants.
Joseph Aboud, Hagar.
One of us worked at Men's Warehouse, and they could fill me in on what fancy.
I
pants
work
are.
at Men's Warehouse.
Anyway, I'm gonna go rob a menswear.
Joseph Aboud, Calvin Klein,
Listen here, the
Kenneth
five-finger
Coles.
discount will get you far.
I'm trying to remember the names of suits. and
Kenneth
I
Cole.
haven't watched-
Awareness by Kenneth Cole, Joseph
I mean-
and Feast. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go rob a Men's Warehouse now.
Why are you gonna? I have money. I can
Nope,
just give.
we need a mannequin. I can't. They're not gonna
We're
sell me
stealing
a
the
mannequin.
anyway.
Well, hold
And
on.
it's
I,
wearing
Right.
pants.
I might be able to talk to a customer I used to have who works at
Actually-
the department store. If you like, maybe he.
Actually,
can
it
get
might
his
be
mannequin from
better-
the trash.
I mean, metagaming a little bit. My character is better at finding things, I think. So it might actually be better if you and I trade tasks, because you're a charming guy.
Yeah, you might be right. Maybe
Yeah, that
you
works.
should go. Oh well, then I gotta let you borrow. Oh shit. You know what? You can borrow. You know how
So
to drive
here's-
a motorcycle?
Sure. Sure,
Do you have your license?
Yeah,
You
here's
know
my
what? Hey,
canon
hey,
about
hey,
DJ.
hey, shush. I'll drive my kid, alright? That'll be fine.
Oh, no. Are you sure I can't borrow the van?
No. You can't borrow the van. I'll drive you to the
So-
woods. Don't worry about it. Don't
Here's-
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Here's DJ's canon. In my head, DJ has a license and does not drive. He got his license because his dad made him, and he does not drive.
It's good for character. I just don't want you driving.
Fair enough. Juniper, you can stay here, right? Because I assume we put her bike in the van. I assume that's how she got to us.
Yeah.
But she also doesn't need to go anywhere.
No, I can help with the cauldron. I
Sounds-
would
Alright,
have
time
loved
to-
to play with mushrooms, but...
So Rose...
Well, you can.
Rose makes a drawing of the mushroom on a piece of paper, and also like the proper scientific name, so you can look it up if you really need to, and hands it to you, DJ. Who's hanging out with the fish man?
I assumed he was going to stay here with Juniper.
Well, what's your size now that you're a fish?
You're gonna have to troubleshoot that, honestly.
Mm.
There's
Do I
actually
just
still
get,
a
do I,
lot of...
do I just get you plus size in the
Imagine-
belt?
Yeah, so he's a husky man, when he was a human. But now it's like human proportions of the salmon body parts. So like a giant fucking head, and like a trunk that's like a shark's trunk, in terms of size, attached to like a 38-inch waist. And legs.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Hold on. I'll be back in a bit. Yeah. Okay. I got something for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, time to do the thing everyone recommends. Let's split
Break.
the party.
Break. So let's start with Justice as he goes to the department store.
Yeah. He's going to before he gets there, he's gonna get one of his old clients on the phone. I can do this because I have the fixer background.
Yeah.
If you need to buy something, sell something, or hire someone, roll plus charm. On a
Oh, yeah.
plus 10. Oh wait, sorry. On a plus 10, you know just the person who will be interested. On a 7 to 9, you know the person who can do it, but there's a complication. On a miss, the only person who can do it is someone who absolutely hates you. So would you like
Roll
me to do it?
them dice.
Roll them bones. All right.
Roll them bones.
I got a 1-5, charm is plus 2, so 7. That is a mixed success. I know one person who can do it, but there's a complication. Pick one. I owe them, I screwed them over, or they screwed me over.
Okay, so you happen to know the only tailor in town.
Oh, wow.
And you got them to tailor your prom suit, but you also didn't pay.
You bastard man. Really don't really
They are
care-
current-
DJ
they are
really
currently-
cares about fair compensation.
They are currently working at they're currently working in their self-owned tailor shop within the Trinity Strip Mall.
Coincidentally named Men's Warehouse.
Well, no, it's their no, it's called
Man's Warehouse.
Man's Warehouse. No, it's called Three Needles. It's got a little bit. It's got a needle cushion as their logo, and there's 3 needles in it, and it's like there's a little square, little hole in the wall shop with a glass front, and it's a tailor shop. And your shadow darkens their doorstep, and you open the door, and there's ding-a-ling-a-ling, and there is a portly gentleman standing on a little platform getting measured by this slendered, beglassed individual with two kind of stalks coming out of their forehead that kind of shift in and out of being seen, and a kind of cloak that isn't really... It doesn't also like stay visible for very long. You happen to know the one tailor in town, and that tailor is a Mothman. That tailor, his name is Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, the Mothman tailor.
I love that.
And
That's
as
but I love it.
And as he's he's measuring around, his antennas twitching, just barely being able to be seen because only people who truly know what he is can like kind of see it because he's kind of hiding it from everyone else. He works his way around with his tape measure and everything, and then his eyes lock onto you.
Justice gives a wave and then notices that he's seeing somebody right now, so he'll go sit down in a chair.
Good boy.
I should also mention he wipes his boots at the door, so he doesn't track mud in.
Cotton Eye Joe.
He's doing his best to be polite.
Cotton Eye Joe kind of maintains eye contact with you and takes the tape measure and wraps it around the portly gentleman's neck and kind of tightens it and tightens it and tightens it and loosens it and takes an actual measurement. Okay, 17. Okay. Kind of skitters to the back, skitters to the corner, writes it down. Yeah, I'll have that mended for you by next Thursday. How's that? That'll be just fine, thanks. Thanks, Joe. And that portly man gets off of the drum, grabs his coat, leaves the shop. Justice.
Hi, Joe.
Justice. How long has it been?
Let's see, graduated 2 years ago, so about 2 years.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose it has been. I suppose it has been 2 years. Yes. You've got a bit of nerve.
Well, I'm not known for nothing.
But
anyway, I come bearing gifts. I come bearing gifts.
Oh, gifts. Oh, wonderful.
Gifts.
What?
And Justice unslings his backpack and pulls out his flashlight.
Oh?
And clicks it on.
What is that? I know what that is! It's a flashlight!
And not just any flashlight. This is the flashlight.
He's tricking you. He's trying. No.
Like, I would never trick.
No.
No.
You've tricked me before, Justice!
You call me, you insult me by saying I'm some snake oil salesman when here I am come bearing gifts.
Oh, it is so
in
crazy.
hopes of a possible little favor on the other side, but that's not important right now.
You took my art and just ran away.
I assume using a bright light is how he got it the first time.
You just took my art and ran away. You know what that does to the soul of an artist?
I understand how I may have wronged you in the past, but I'm here today to make amends.
Oh,
now,
Justice!
I retrieved the flashlight from the dungeons of Mr. Seller's basement. And if you know anything about Mr. Seller of the high school, you'll know he only studies in the most occult of things. This flashlight, the flashlight, is said to have the power to summon Beelzebub himself and get him to do your bidding.
No.
Absolutely free of charge, sir.
No. I must
But
have
imagine
that.
the biggest light you've ever seen.
Oh.
Brighter than the sun, and the swelling of it in your eyes, sir. How it could bring you and your family joy for many days to come.
There is an electric ripple, like a ripple that like goes from the top of his antenna down his body through his little, through his wings and just down to the ground. He's like, give me that.
Unfortunately, this gift comes with I require a favor. And this is when I would like to roll plus charm.
Roll plus charm.
For Mamu, I've come to bargain. Man, I've come to bargain.
That hasn't come out yet. Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. I'm not even in the sea, and
Alright.
I'm in a car with my dad. Thanks for that.
No problem, my guy. Where is... Oh, my charm. Plus 2. Oh... That is a 6 and a 5 plus 2.
That's a 13, yeah.
That is a 13, my dude.
Okay.
Very well. What is it that you? What is that? What? Spit it out already.
I need a size 38 men's, some really nice pants,
Hmm.
and your finest mannequin.
Oh, that would be the
Finest mannequin.
Not your finest mannequin. It could be any mannequin, really. I just need a mannequin, or
Or
even not even
I don't care
like
about quality.
I'm sorry, I'm doing my best.
You're not.
These are just the voices in Justice's head.
Yes.
You want one of my mannequins?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I think we have a certain client confidentiality that would that precedes the need. It's on a need-to-know basis, and I'm offering you a great treasure.
Yes. You also said you need a pair of pants. You
Yes.
know I don't work on anyone I can't see. It's I gotta
Well,
get the measurements and the
Do
precision.
you have a mannequin size 38? I'll take that one.
I suppose. You are not filling in for me a lot of details, and the devil
unfortunately,
is in the details.
This is let me just I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, just to give a little bit more clarity. All right. I just want to say that this is for another client of mine.
Mhm.
They're a very discerning customer,
Mhm.
and they require that their anonymity be kept to the utmost regard. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's it. Okay, I thought you were going to tell me something.
That
Okay.
is complete. That's it.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to let me in.
No,
okay.
that's all. That they require anonymity. And
Fine.
I am a very discerning.
Let me know just one thing.
Yes.
What do they do? It'll inform a lot of what I need for the material that I need to use.
They have the body of a working man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some rather thick portions in the hips. You know, he's a husky boy. But he's a good looking fella. All right. Now you wouldn't know him. All right. I don't think so.
Freebird blushes without knowing why.
It's a small town. Everyone knows everyone.
My
Yeah.
ear holes are burning. I think they're talking about me.
Anywho, I really am in a hurry.
Joe takes off a little shimmer pendant that's around his neck, and an extra pair of arms appear. Fine, but only if I work like this, you can get things done faster.
Absolutely.
And he goes over,
And
picks up one of the mannequins, moves it over, puts it on the drum, and scurries into the back, comes out with a thing of fabric and a pair of scissors, and there's like a flurry of action. Snip, 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 snip. And the sewing really fast, and the pinning and everything is there's like a kicking up of moth dust in the air. And you can see, done. This mannequin that is just kind of vaguely in the same weight class as Sweepy Broom has on a pair of pants that perfectly fit the mannequin. And as Cotton Eye Joe does his one last circle around, you can see that he is munching on a piece of the fabric that he was working on. There, pants, and a mannequin to go with.
that is wonderful,
Can I?
Mr.
Can
Cotton
I
Eye
have
Joe.
the?
Justice hands Cotton Eye Joe what looks to be the flashlight wrapped in some very fine cloth, and he hands it to him. It's sealed with a nice bow, and says to Mr. Cotton Eye Joe, one on like a little tag there. And
He feels the fabric with all four of his hands. Sniffs it. Nibbles it.
It's got a metallic feel.
You're not so bad after all, Justice. And then he snaps the shimmer pendant back on, and then all of the appendages that are supernatural go back to its semi-translucent, hidden not hidden scene from you.
Mm-hmm.
And Justice's little side quest is done.
Yeah, as Justice leaves and goes back into the van, I feel like we see the Mothman begin to unwrap his present.
Just kind of eating the fabric.
Yeah, just eating the fabric as he goes. And on the inside, he finds, you know, those like metallic snake eyes that are like really magnetic and they like stick together, and like yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no, okay.
Sizzlers. They're called sizzlers.
Are they called sizzlers?
Yeah, the little.
Oh, the ones that make noise when you throw them in the air.
The little oval ones, and then
Yeah.
they like.
Like magnets.
Yeah, they're magnets. Justice has duct taped a bunch of those.
You
And sure-
asshole!
Wait.
You egged
Duct tape a bunch of
Mothman.
magnets.
It's a bunch of magnets.
Okay, so he unwraps it and he holds it out and is like, what? And then from all over the shop, like pins upon pins start like flying towards him and sticking to the magnet. Curse you, Justice!
As Justice walks out, he pulls the flashlight out from his back pocket, throws it in the air, flips it, catches it, and walks away.
On some sunglasses, the
building. Now we cut over to the
Oh my god.
we cut over to Dom and Dom Jr. Driving.
Everyone's favorite duo. So I assume we've been silent for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
And I just go, hey, Dad,
What's up?
why didn't you tell me about ghosts sooner?
Cause you were oh, how do I put
Feels like it
this?
would have been safer if I knew about them.
Well, there's you know, you don't tell your kids about, you know, you don't tell the kids about the cleaning products under the sink. They might get curious and go drinking them, you know? So I didn't want to tell you about ghosts. You might go out looking for ghosts and get possessed by Beelzebub or whatever.
Well, I have been possessed once. I actually think it
What?
was. I pulled up Goody Faith, and I go, was it you or was it one of the other two?
I'm pretty sure that was Goody Sweet. Oh,
yeah,
God.
That explains a lot.
Oh, Mona, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, but like it's fine. It's and like, what do you do about this? So far, it's just been me and Justice, and sometimes our friend Juniper.
As of late, I mean, in the past, I did what you guys were doing. I would go around solving little mysteries. I had one point, I had a talking dog sidekick. It was really fun.
It was a whole campaign.
It was a whole thing.
My dad does look like Shaggy.
My job now, more or less, is supernatural diplomacy and whatnot. I keep a tab on the fangs and the furs and the fins and the moths and the other furs and the other furs. There are a lot of
furries
and the furries. I got
a whole conspiracy.
I'm in a group chat with one kid named Michael. And I just kind of keep them all in. I keep the peace. All right, that's what I do now. It's a more adult thing instead of running around solving these little mysteries. I miss it. But that's what I do now. I do more of the diplomatic side of monster peace, human relations.
I paused for a long, long time. I let like 5 minutes go by, just kind of pondering on the information, and I go, "Hey, Dad,
What?
Are you sleeping with Miss ML?"
No. That's a
Is he
lie.
lying?
That's a
I
lie.
was gonna say,
No. That is a lie.
Lying.
Yeah, I know he is. No, we know
Absolutely a lie.
that. I paused for a long time and go, "Okay."
Another 5
I
minutes.
know.
Another 5 minutes passed.
Yeah, all right. I assume we're there now because I think it's been 40 minutes.
Yeah.
This conversation has been almost an hour long. You may notice that it took us 10 minutes to get through it tops. But imagine the spaces.
So you guys you pull up to a parking spot towards South Peak Park, and the sun is just setting in between Northwest Peak and South Peak, and it's very beautiful. The trees are casting beautiful shadows, and it's at this point that a lot of the translucent the bioluminescent mushrooms start to do their little bing, 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 just blinking all across the forest floor.
Go picking, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think I say anything else unless my dad speaks up. I got all the info I need.
Hey, Junior.
Yeah?
You, do you ever think about Ma? Or your mother? Not my mother. Not Nana. My mother, your Nana. But your mother?
No. Double checking. What's my mom's situation again?
Disappeared. You don't know if she's dead or not. It was a long time ago, and rosé was spilt, and that's the only memory you have of her.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. I couldn't quite remember.
Yep. Not definitively dead, just not present.
Yeah, I think about it for a while, and I go, sometimes, I didn't really get to know what was happening, and I didn't get, like, a say in the matter of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Did she know about ghosts?
She knew about ghosts, yeah.
Follow-up question, was she a ghost?
She was not a ghost.
Just asking to be safe.
No, she wasn't a ghost. No, she was a partner in a little mysterious incorporated group that we had going on. She was wicked smart. I was putting stuff together, and I see that in you a lot sometimes. You know what I mean?
I smile a bit and I go, "Do you know where she went?"
Sort of. That's truth. He sort of knows where she went.
What do you mean?
I know she went west.
That's we're in Appalachia, Dad. There's a lot of things west of here.
I know she went. That's about it. I got it. There was.
Dad, we are very close to the East Coast for you to just be saying west.
I know that, but that's all I got. All right, that's all she said. She said, Dom, I'm going west. And then I said, that's a lot of west.
Wagon and she the wagon out.
You know, she loved the Oregon Trail, the video game. So it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting feeling talking about your, disappeared
Yeah, I
mom.
think this is the most intimate conversation we've had. End of sentence.
Yeah.
Is right now.
You guys, I assume there's like a mason jars you'd put mushrooms in. You get you get like a mason jar each of mushrooms before you guys are like, yeah, that's enough mushrooms.
Okay. I think we got it. Just checking, do you like Juniper and Justice, or are you just letting them around because they hunt ghosts for you?
Let's see. Justice is I see a little of me in Justice. You know what I mean? He's a real go-getter. He's a real
But not in me.
I see all of the shit I should have been in you. I should have been more cautious, and I see that in you. I should have been smarter a lot of the time, and I see that in you. And I see a lot of this. I see a lot of who I actually is in Justice. All right, so he's like a second son, but you're my actual son. You're my actual blood. You know what I mean?
I guess Juniper.
I'm sorry.
I do not have sibling problems, and I hurt a little bit. Anyway,
it's not like I wish that Justice was my actual son.
why? Question mark.
Kind of.
God damn it!
Kind of.
He doesn't know I can always tell when people.
No, he has no idea.
Yep. I just how do you feel about Juniper?
Every group needs a girl.
I don't like the way you worded that.
Every group needs a girl.
She's
Women
a
got.
very valuable member of the team,
You know what?
not just because she's a woman. She
Well,
also
no, yeah. Well, you
can
women.
shoot wind out of her hands.
She can. That's really cool.
She can do a lot of things.
Rose can do very similar things with her hands. Women. I say every group needs a girl because women got that intuition. Like your mother could always tell when someone was lying, and I think that's very useful. I mean, if Juniper can do the same thing for your group, that would be fantastic.
I don't know. She never said. But yeah, they're great. They're great.
Yeah, they seem like good kids. They seem like good kids. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I do not say a word to my dad on the entire ride back unless he says something to me.
Okay.
I also would like to apologize to Pete, who came here to play a salmon person and had to deal with my family trauma. Anyway, we go back to the wacky salmon man.
We go back to two witches and a man salmon in the kitchen, cooking up witch brew, baby. Rose has got like close enough to Disney that we don't get sued menagerie of like dancing herb jars and whatnot, prancing around on air in this kitchen area.
A la Merlin.
A la Merlin, yes! Hickitus back. I
know this is the wrong show, but we're gonna get sued.
We're gonna get sued! And so yeah. Juniper, you're kind of doing a little bit of the same dance that Rose is doing, conjuring, dumping the herbs and spices in. What is Mr. Sweepy Broom doing amidst this magical menagerie?
I'm just flapping my fins. I go, I'm bored.
Oh, would you, what?
My attention span has decreased now that my brain is a fish.
I'm so sorry. Would you... Oh, wow, it's been so long since I've entertained anyone who wasn't Dom. She waves her hand and she presents, like, one of those child puzzles. That's like, the square goes in the square hole. The star goes in the star hole. Puzzles
Goes in the square hole.
Presents one of those to you. Mr. Bush Broom. Mr. Sweepy Broom.
And how do you suggest I use this? I need arms. That's why I'm here.
Use a little more.
I try to take my fin and I just try to slap it, but it's like.
Does her house have electricity?
My cheeks are starting to hurt. This episode's been too funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry I ruined it with dad trauma, but
That's fine.
it was a palate cleanser for more jokes.
It gives the story levels.
Heck yeah. We're trying to let's build up the hype, the humor again. It's just slapping the puzzle with your fins.
And then after a while, I just take my hand and go. And then I just shout again.
Okay.
I'm bored.
Is that a power outage?
Yeah, that was power outage.
Oh wow.
Then how are we still seeing you?
I don't know.
Okay, definitely it's not an internet outage then.
Yeah, I guess it was fast enough that the internet didn't go out, but now I need to turn on my PC again so I can have my ring light.
Okay.
And
Interesting. What was there something that you said you were a painter. Okay, yeah, hold on.
I don't like where this is going. He still has no arms.
More magical arm waving, and a little easel comes over, shimmies over, and paint cups, red, blue, yellow. The primary colors, just those, no other colors, and the paintbrush kind of flies over and sticks into your mouth like a cigarette.
I go over.
Really the best thing he can be doing.
I go over. I try to dip my paintbrush into the paint. It's like, and then because it's still like salmon, very floppy, so I just kind of go like on the easel, and I'm just grunting under my breath. I'm just like, you know what it's like being a disgruntled working man to have the brain and arms of a fish.
I have
Just
no idea.
slamming my face into it. Me neither.
Does her house have electricity
Yes.
and a TV?
Yes.
We should plug in Dance Dance Revolution because that's something he can do with his feet.
That is something I can do. with my
Yes!
feet.
That is a wonderful idea, Juniper. I will have to dust off my mats. They haven't been used in a hot minute.
They're the
Tom
shitty
brought over his
at-home
Xbox and
mats.
Kinect.
Of course they're the at-home mats. This is her home.
Yeah.
This woman could have. I've seen
Don't
people
mind
who really
one of
like
these
DDR
that
and have
makes
cabinets
without
without.
pants.
It's probably the Wii version. Come on.
Okay, fair enough. Got it.
So she comes out with one of those squishy at-home mats and plugs it, sets up the Wii. She inexplicably has like the best TV despite being on a high school biology teacher's salary.
And magic. Like,
And magic.
like that,
And magic.
I feel like that really supplements things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
You just
I look at
change
the mat and I'm
probability
just
to
like-
win the lottery a little bit.
I'm sorry, what?
That was the best silence.
It's under the lottery.
Ah.
You mess around with probabilities so that you win a little bit, just enough to like.
Mm. Cool.
Juniper's secretly a millionaire because she keeps winning the lottery and hasn't told us.
Dance,
It's all going to a college
dance.
savings account.
Juniper leads a secret life of counting cards at the casino.
She could.
She's, reminder, she's
Really good at
17.
shuffling.
She's just a really good.
She's a
Yeah,
really
I
good
imagine
fake
she's really
ID.
good.
Your local guitar school doesn't
We're
have
all
a big-
teenagers, and
Yes.
we're like apparently all got crime rackets in the background.
She's never been caught though. No one ever catches her.
So yeah, the big
That's
screen lights
good.
up. The big screen lights up with the home screen of the Dance Dance Revolution.
I
The
look at the I
Wii.
look at the screen. I say,
Oh.
now you don't mind me playing this game while they're still out getting me pants, right?
Oh no.
We're all busy. It's fine. It keeps you
Oh,
occupied.
okay. I just don't know how I feel about stomping and jumping around without pants on.
Well, I don't know how the house feels about it, but I can't speak to that.
The house doesn't have
How's that you
feelings.
feel?
Okay.
The house doesn't have
Houses don't
feelings.
have
It
feelings.
just has chicken legs. It's not alive. It just has, somewhat biological appendages that are supplemented with
But I'm
magical
not
nutrition.
the Baba Yaga. Stop asking.
I am not the Baba Yaga. I would
I
like.
assume every time she talks about her house, she has to end the sentence with,
I am
"And I'm
not the Baba Yaga. I do sometimes fly around in a big mortar and pestle, but I must. Please, I am not the Baba Yaga.
Always an important system.
Okay.
Every few minutes or so, there is like a kettle of water that keeps splashing water down on Mr. Sweepy Broom, to keep him moisturized.
Destroying the hardware of the DVR.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Okay.
That's good. And
No
so,
one was gonna play it ever again, so we're fine. It's 2012. DDR is dead. But
except for like in malls specifically.
except for very specific people, but like, I don't think that she's playing a lot of DDR these days.
Right. And so the fish has been properly placated, I guess.
Placated the fish.
And Rose gets back to the preparing of the cauldron, and Juniper, you are assisting. And it's kind of awkward between you two because she's your aunt. So there's this weird uncanny valley of stuff that you could possibly talk to your aunt about because they're not exactly your parents, but they are kind of related to your parents, which makes it extra weird when she comes out of the gate with, "So, do you have any boy troubles?"
Time
Absolutely
you got?
zero boy troubles.
Zero boy troubles.
She's got it on lock, actually.
I know 2 boys that I run around with.
Oh,
Well, that's not good wording.
that's okay. I'm sure you'll get more boys eventually. Me and your sister were notorious boy thieves.
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 These are boys that I work with.
You get coworkers, yeah. You'll get more boys.
I see that you're not having boy troubles.
No, I'm not. 99 troubles, but a boy ain't one. What about you, Mr. Pushbroom? How's your love life?
It's lonely. And now it's over. 'Cause who wants to have sex with a fish?
Oh, don't say that.
Unfortunately, large amount of people.
Don't say that.
Hopefully we can fix you.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
No! Get the fuck out of here! I'm leaving. I quit the show. I don't want to deal with it.
I stopped playing Dance Dance Revolution. I go over and I spit on this woman.
Such a power move. Stop playing TV.
You just spat on a powerful witch.
It's
You're
fine.
dead.
It's
My life is
fine.
over already. I'm a fish. Let fate take me, for God's sake.
Take with you a little fish.
It's fine. I deserve that. I deserve that. And she wipes the fish spit off of her. I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist myself. I couldn't resist myself. It was too good. I have a weakness for puns.
It was.
I have a weakness for puns. I'm very sorry. And would you like? She brings a tray of cookies over to you.
Oh, I have a pun, but I'm not in the room to make it. Because I was like, well, plenty of people like ska music, and I heard they like Real Big Fish. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Hey!
Anyway,
I see the tray of cookies, and my fish instincts kick in, and it's like feet on top of the water, and I just go at the tray. I'm like, oh God, I haven't eaten all day.
Oh,
You know
wow.
how hard it is to eat when you don't have hands.
Well, actually, there was this one time I accidentally transmuted your sister's hands to be very, very small because she was worried that her boyfriend was going to feel insignificant.
No.
And so I had to hand feed her until the spell wore off. That was a funny
And that's
incident.
how she met your father.
That's- Yes, actually. That's how she met your father. And your father took one look at your mother with tiny hands and said, "You know what? Yes."
That's not good. What you just said is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
It's-
dig yourself a hole, Goon. Go on.
it's very adorable when someone is willing.
Places, you know how
My
it
mother
goes.
could never hug me. Her hands were always too small.
Well, it's adorable when someone can still love you when they see you at your tiniest of hands.
Anyway.
It's about time. Everyone, the other two teams.
The exact same.
The other two teams are showing up at the totally not Baba Yaga's house.
All right, cool. I get out of the car without saying a word to my dad. I walk over to Juniper and Justice. Need help unloading the mannequin? Did you get the mannequin?
I got the mannequin.
How was it?
Well, a pissed off Mothman.
A Mothman.
Who the fuck is Mothman?
A
Well,
Mothman.
I pissed off a Mothman. Sorry.
Who's the Mothman?
Well, okay. Do you know who the tailor is in town? The local tailor.
Cotton Eye Joe? Yes.
Yes, Cotton Eye Joe. He's a Mothman.
I grab my phone and I go to 4chan. I got a post to make.
Hold on. I should have told you that.
I have no proof.
There are client confidentiality and all. I can't let you post that.
I assume that no one I know online knows what town I live in,
Mhm.
nor lives in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Saying Cotton Eye Joe's the post is literally just the words Cotton Eye Joe is the Mothman, which sounds like a shit post.
It does.
Yeah, okay.
It really does.
Cotton Eye Joe is the Mothman post. Anyway,
It takes like 3 minutes for someone to
Yeah.
make a satirical Mothman Cotton Eye Joe parody song.
I love it. Anyway,
Heck yeah. So you guys are having this conversation as you re-enter the chicken leg house.
Yeah.
Hey Juniper, how did
Yes?
it go? Did everything go well?
Yeah, I think everything went well.
Justice has
There's
a
a
mannequin
TV
over his
trying to
shoulder and
eat
hands in his
cookies
hand.
off of
I was
the
gonna
tray.
say, I point over. Did he behave himself?
Oh yeah, we kept him occupied with Dance Dance Revolution.
And puzzles and painting and boy talk.
What?
Well, he didn't like any of those other things.
I really like
DDR.
these cookies.
Is that what women do? They just talk about boys?
Not if you want to pass the
That
Bechdel test, but what you gonna do?
I don't know.
That
When
was
was the
correct.
Bechdel test pitched?
Wait,
Oh, definitely
hold on.
2012.
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say I feel like it has some like '90s vibes, but I don't know if it is.
I think it was in the 90s.
You know when we started caring about women in the '90s, we haven't fully
Women
figured
in the
out when
90s.
we First decided.
In the
we, like,
90s, Dr. Bechdel just said, "Hey,
Hey,
what about women?"
hold on.
called him a simp
Oh my
20 years
God.
ahead of time.
Oh, my cheeks are killing me. Ah, I haven't smiled so much in so long.
Good. I'm glad we got that for you. Okay. I was gonna say you sleeping with my dad, but I don't think I should say that about everyone.
1985.
Ooh.
So this is something that
1985.
this is something that my
That's-
aunt would be into.
That's the day we first started caring about.
And media,
We
specifically.
haven't fully figured it out, but that was the exact moment we started. Anyway,
Oh my god. Yeah, not if you want to pass the Bechdel test, but yeah, what did you do?
okay.
Do you have the
I-
mushrooms?
Yeah, my dad has them. I did not carry them in. I helped with the mannequin.
Here you go. He puts the 2 mason jars on the counter. Well, you guys, what I need you guys to do is remove the stems from the caps, and then I need you to crush them with this giant mortar and pestle that I do not fly around in. I don't do that.
Okay.
I'm not Baba Yaga.
Crush the caps or the stems?
Wait,
Crush
hold
the
on.
caps.
Was that a lie?
Okay.
Oh yeah, hold on. Was that a lie?
That was
Thank you.
not a lie.
Okay.
No, you
She
said you
is
wouldn't
not Baba Yaga.
You said you weren't the Baba Yaga. The lie detector test proved you weren't the Baba Yaga.
Ah!
Anyway,
Sorry.
anyway, okay. Crush the caps, not the stems.
Crush the
Right.
caps. Yeah, and the mortar and pestle. Gotta make a paste.
Okay. I assume that I'm really good at cutting mushrooms since I make pizzas all day. So I will go over and
Heck yeah.
I'm just gonna pass them off to someone else to crush them. If anyone else wants to volunteer.
Justice, at this point, you put down the mannequin and show off the pants you got for our fishy friend.
Yeah, I don't know how. I figure you like these. It's very nice fabric. My guy, he only works with the best, but I don't think I'll be working with him anymore in the future because I may have scammed him out of a flashlight.
They are very nice jeans that are also nylon infused. Not what's it called? Stretchy thing.
Spandex.
Spandex infused jeans.
And then, looking at the pants, is there a hole in the back for my tail?
No, because you didn't tell him there was a tail.
So I look at it, I say, they're beautiful fancy pants, and with my fish mouth, I just rip a hole in the back for my tail to pop out.
All because I ripped my pants.
And then I flop on my back, I say, put them on!
Okay, roll to not
guess
look
I'm
at his
gonna
junk.
I guess I'm gonna
Act under pressure.
Juniper, please come help me with these mushrooms so that I have anything
Okay,
else
I
to
will
pay
help you
attention.
with the mushroom.
Okay, yeah.
We'll put the pants on the fish man. Yes.
Roll to act under pressure.
Oh god.
Listen, this has been a very lax roll day.
Yeah, we've rolled like twice.
Roll plus cool.
It was a 6 and a 5 plus 1, 12.
You may choose either to do what you want, what you wanted, and something extra, or do what you wanted to do with absolute perfection.
Do what I want to do to absolute perfection. I am not going to geek. I'm just going to whoop.
Not an inch of his weird fleshy fish bits did your eyes absorb, but in fact, you were able to apply the pants to this fish amalgamate very fast and easily. And your legs look fan-fucking-tastic.
I go up to the mirror, just fins up against my head, like they always are, and I'm just feeling myself. Ooh. Naomi Smalls, legs, what's on the menu? Starts playing in my head.
Was that out in 2012?
They're so fancy, I could never afford these on my janitor's salary.
I couldn't afford them on my salary either. That's why I stole them.
Do you get paid? I shout out. Do we pay you?
I don't know.
You don't.
No,
Does
not
Dom
you.
pay me?
Well, yeah,
I
you guys make pizza boy salaries.
Okay, I was gonna say, do we get extra salary for ghost hunting?
Yeah,
or
you
is that...
get like a $150 bonus per mystery you solve. But you have
Cool.
to like submit like a book report to your dad every time you do.
Gross! I've not done it yet.
Wait, does he offer that to me too?
Well, yeah, everyone has to submit their side of the story if they want to get the bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I
the
just
details
wanted
have to
to
like line up and everything, and so you can't just make up a mystery, which is totally something we should do at some point.
I was gonna say we definitely would have made up some shit by now.
Heck
My
yeah!
dad doesn't.
Like, in
my
the
dad
future-
didn't know what we were doing this morning.
That would be an
In fact,
excellent
The pizza
se-
shop is unmanned in the middle of the night. Like it's peak business hours right now. The phones are going off, and we're all here.
Right. So yeah, and the potion is bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, and the paste is being made, and it's glowing the signature bluish thing when Rose notices a particular magical glow coming from Juniper and Justice's pockets that is similar to that of the mushrooms. And what's glowing in your guys' pockets are those hot glue stick things that you guys picked up in the middle of the woods.
It's hide things, so I do not remember this.
What's glowing in your pants, guys?
And I take
Well,
out,
funny
like,
you should
the-
ask.
the-
Yeah, I'm not
the
shooting you
gun
pants.
thing.
You're just happy to see me.
Hey!
I take out the glow stick.
Oh,
Justice also takes out the glow stick.
Juniper
Hey,
has
you
more
found
than
one
you.
too.
Yeah, I did. It was in the cabin.
I found this on the ground outside, and also some flint for like a Zippo ladder.
Huh.
Huh.
She takes like a small chunk of the waxy substance and kind of holds it up to the flame a little bit and presses it between her fingers. This isn't what I think it is it?
I don't know what it is.
We
I think it is.
found it in a cabin we suspect the skull dude was at. And there was the smell of chlorine, which was also in the cabin where we found this guy.
Huh. And she's
That's
rubbing
not the
the.
same cabin, right? That's a different cabin.
This is a different. Yeah, this is the makeout cabin by the school is different than the cabin that you were up at. That was Northwest Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's rubbing the waxy substance between her fingers, and she snaps her fingers and casts a very simple ignite spell between her fingers, and the flame that comes out is blue. Not just any blue, the blue of the spirit candle that was stolen by the Skullface guy. This is
pull
a
out Goody
spirit
Faith.
flame, and Goody Faith is like. You can feel Goody Faith like cling on to the Statue of Liberty form as she's trying not to get sucked into the spirit flame.
Put her back in the bag.
And you can hear from inside the bag, "What is that? What you guys found the candle?"
No, I don't think so. I think it might be part of the candle. Miss ML, can you please, first of all, stop that? It's distressing my ghost.
She kind of the flame away.
I put Goody Faith back out.
That wasn't the candle. It was just the wax?
That's what it
Maybe.
seems like. They were in. They're like hot glue gun sticks.
And she kind of so the snow globe was like down on the counter next to the glow sticks, and she's kind of hopping over and leaning over within the snow globe. That son of a I don't know your modern day cursing.
The modern term is bitch.
Bitch? Okay. That
Yeah.
son of a bitch. Son of
You got it. No, you did it.
bitch. Okay, we lost Juniper for a second.
We all wait. That son of a gun.
Son
You
of
thought
a-
I was gonna say
son-
son of a bitch, didn't you?
These look like shavings off of the candle. He's made small why? For what purpose?
Perhaps maybe to get the ghosts back, or to banish them.
Permission to investigate a mystery? Question mark.
Go ahead, investigate the mystery, baby.
All right. I don't have the playbook thing pulled up, but I got a 6 plus 3 is 9.
On a 7 to 9, hold 1. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? What did it do? Where did it go? What is it going to do? What is being concealed here?
What can it do?
What can it do? This wax is, in any candle, the wax is what is actually burning. And
Yes.
so when this wax is burnt, it causes spirits, loose spirits like the newly departed, to be sucked into it. And, presumably transported to whatever the other side is. And this is what Goody Faith is explaining, is that's what the spirit candle does. It is a portal to the other side. And more accurately speaking, the other side being the collective knowledge of all of the things that have perished within this continent. Or at the very least, this area of this continent. Candles like this have been used and protected for thousands of years. Me and my sisters inherited the candle from the native peoples when most of them died. and we were sent. We
For
were
unrelated reasons.
totally unrelated reasons from my people, our people showing up. That's a lie.
Yeah, I was
Showing
gonna
up.
say why. I know history. I know that's a lie without my magic. Without my magic sense detecting.
But me and my sisters, goody, sweet and goody patience, we were tasked with protecting this candle from the last shaman that survived, and that's basically what it is. The candle is used to help shepherd souls to the collective unconscious of the planet. And so what? So the shaving off of wax and the making of, smaller portions of it will probably be a way to control it, make smaller, more manageable flames for maybe the manipulation of, not absorption of, soul matter. And when she says this, Pete, your character kind of has a flashback. More specifically, you remember the gun, and you remember getting shot, and you remember you and the salmon both falling into the pool together, and you also then remember seeing him spark up on his little glove a blue flame, and you felt yourself being pulled out of your corporeal body through the water, and you saw the soul of the salmon writhing up next to you. But then he shut the flame off by clenching his hand, and your soul and the salmon's souls found themselves being smacked together, and your bodies smacked together in a similar way, causing this fusion. And this is information that was, kind of locked away in your subconscious, but now that Goody Faith is talking about it, it's been reawakened within you.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me of what happened. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. Oh, quick, write this down before my fish brain forgets.
Already on it.
Oh shit. So you said that this candle pulls souls out of bodies, yeah?
Yes, the newly departed, or the people who are kind of lingering.
I think he tried to kill me, cause he lit a candle, and I felt myself get all floaty, and I saw the fish get floaty, and then he put out the candle, and then we're just kind of smacked into each other, and then next thing I know, I'm this.
Well,
You have a second voice in your head that sounds kind of like a fish might be thinking. I realize that didn't answer my question at all. Because the other one that we met had like two voices when we talked to it, but he seems to be the only one talking. But I also don't know how intelligent a fish is compared to a rabbit and a deer.
right. From interacting with our fishy friend, it seems to be that a lot of the fish's short-term memory has rubbed off on the human, processor. So it's got a human processor, but a fish amount of RAM.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, I see it. All adds up now.
But
Okay.
not to worry, we'll get your arms back, and with a little bit of this, who knows, we might be able to restore more of your form to more human-like. Go ahead and just go back to back with that mannequin there. We could have just used the arms before, but with this little supercharged nugget of whatever, let's
Yeah.
make some
She
magic.
Separate people with the candle. So
Justice is
back
going
up.
to stand back and put on some welding glasses.
Juniper, it's time for some big magic.
I was gonna stand back and like get in the way of Juniper so she doesn't get hurt. But that works.
Ooh, 12.
You got a 12?
Yay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Homie.
With you guys, with the combined magical might, the enlarged mortar and pestle with the mushroom goop lifts up and pours into the cauldron with a splash and a sizzle and a kind of a magical sparkling effect that rises up from it.
I was also a 5.
And Rose takes like a big chunk of the spirit candle wax and throws it into the fire. The fire becomes a big blue flame momentarily, and Mr. Sweepy Broom's consciousness kind of just suddenly gets ripped out of the fishy form for just a second. And Juniper and Rose kind of move their arms together, swirling the aroma of the big boiling pot around that kind of intertwines and kind of starts to slowly stitch the form of the mannequin and our fishy friend together, slowly winding up and around. It's kind of, it's a little bit painful, I'm not gonna lie, for
It
you.
would be. Yeah, you're getting grafted onto a mannequin. It would have to be.
So very slowly it gets stitched together and kind of squished slowly, and then as the blue flame of the cauldron starts to like disappear, kind of the wax gets burnt up and done. You can feel yourself being slid back into this new kind of more human grafted form, and now something a little less than what I drew before and something a little more like Shape of Water is what we have. You have full functioning arms and full functioning legs, and they are slightly webbed,
Web.
and you have a more human head, but you still have the big fishy jaws of the salmon and gills.
Oh my god! You kind of did it!
Yeah.
You're now closer to a mermaid.
You're partially correct.
I'm kind of like a fish harpy. And you know what?
Is that what you want to be?
You know what? Fate's brought me here. I'm tired of being a sweepy broom. I'm gonna go see what the world has out there for a harpy like me.
Honestly, it feels like we nailed this one.
Yeah.
Also, every person turned into an animal so far has been pretty happy with that.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd be happier as animals.
Just coming across people who are like coming into their furry phase.
Oh, no.
I love the meme.
Yeah.
I love the meme that says that the Bailey School kids is just a series of kids gawking at gay people. Like, vampires don't teach blah blah blah. Aliens don't do blah blah blah. Goth, the vampires don't scoop ice cream. Those ones.
Yeah, I remember those.
Oh my god. And so, so the team has, kind of fixed and kind of improved what was a botched amalgamation of the school janitor and a salmon. What does the future have in store for? Are you gonna change your last name? Or are you still Mr. Sweepy Broom, Fishman?
It's Mr. Harpy Broom now.
It's Mr. Harpy Broom now.
Mr. Harpy
And I'm
Broom.
gonna go paint mountains on the sides of mountains. It makes a statement.
Here,
I'd like to commend us all as a group because we created a new cryptid today.
heck yeah. I mean, it's kind of the salmon from the Black Lagoon, if you think about
I
it.
don't know that it is, but okay. Anyway,
Let's call him a fishwalker.
Ooh,
A
Fishwalker.
Ooh.
known to paint mountains on mountains in the Appalachian Mountains.
The elusive
If you ever see a
Fishwalker.
Anyway,
Yeah, Rose
we
gifts
did it, gang.
Rose gifts you, Mr. Fishwalker, a fishing hat and a trench coat to make it so that you could kind of try to pass as a person as you're getting your art supplies.
Hello, I would like.
I would like all of your paintbrushes and none of those tasty worms, please.
Single one.
None of that live bait, please.
Single one. I'm watching my figure.
Anyway, Dad, do we have to fill out a report? Because you were here.
You know what? Nah. And he goes into his wallet and hands you all 150 each because of the mystery that you guys solved.
This motherfucker's just got $450 cash on his person?
Yeah, he takes.
Shit!
Yo, he takes a lot of vampire bribes.
I mean, you'd have to, right?
Right?
We own a pizza shop that we close down regularly to go hunt ghosts.
Are we sure he's not just horny
Okay,
now?
let's
I'm not.
let's go ahead and let's go into our end of session. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
We concluded the small fish mystery, but the big mystery
We made the Fishwalker.
we made the fishwalker. Big candle mystery is yet to be solved, but I'll give you that. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
I feel like he would have died.
He could have died or suffered big bad embarrassment, so that could be worse.
It would have been really
Having
lonely.
no arms would be tragic.
Very tragic. So that's 2. Did we learn something new or important about the world?
How the candle works.
How the candle,
Candle works?
and that there are now fishwalkers.
And that there are multiple candles and this isn't the only one, it's just
And
the one
also-
for this area.
Also a Mothman, a
And-
local
yeah.
Mothman.
Local
Also
Mothman.
The local Mothman who, it seems, can never catch a break.
Poor Cotton Eye Joe. Did we learn something new or important about the hunters?
We learned a lot about my
Willing
mama.
to fuck over anyone.
We learned about justice, we learned about my mama, and the fact that I get my ability from my mama.
Yeah.
Juniper was there too. She
Yeah.
she learned that her aunt cares about boys a lot.
Yeah, I need to give her something else to talk about.
Yeah, you failed the Bechdel test.
I failed the
hard.
Bechdel test in a major way. I'm sorry.
Someone who
No,
cares about the
very
Bechdel
good.
test. I don't know. If I'm like thinking like if I was an uncle and I was talking to my 17-year-old nephew, I feel like I would be like, see, like any girls or guys, like I feel like I would.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. Like, what else do you talk to your niece or nephew about?
Well, like we're both witches. She could ask how my studies are going.
Witches.
Yeah, but that would make.
But like, also, she teaches you biology in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get 1 or 2 yes answers, mark experience.
We got 3 or 4. We got all 4.
You got all 4?
So we get-
That's 2
Yeah.
experience.
So that's 2.
Yeah.
Hecketh yes, my dudes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for Pete.
That means I level.
Thank you so much for Pete for coming and
It
joining
was-
us in our one shot.
Oh my god,
for your
this was an absolute blast.
We
awesome.
love the Fishwalker.
We listen. If the Fishwalker wants to make an appearance at some other time, you let us know. And if I think of a storyline that could use a little fishy freshness, I will let you know.
I
Hey,
don't
if you're ever
know.
traveling through the mountains, stumble upon me painting a mountain on that
The
mountain.
mountain
Yeah,
on the
can
mountain.
we pre-record a few lines that we could just put on a soundboard? Like you just talking about.
Jovi Pizza!
Anyway.
Anchovy Pizza. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been your keeper, Goon Daddy, playing, of course, our resident crooked guy who screws over Mothmen's. Playing Justice has been Smokey the Blaze.
Can't prove it in court.
Playing our spell slinger who failed the Bechdel test because I failed the Bechdel test and I'm so sorry. The Window Goblin playing Juniper.
Ooh, nice.
And a sufferer of very awkward conversation with Dad, our Flake, our mama's little lie detector, DJ, has been played by the Noodle Doodler.
You could prove that in court.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week. And if you didn't catch all of the session, you can go to my YouTube channel. I'll be uploading it tomorrow. And as always, who's your daddy?
I don't know.
Who's your mommy in this case? And I don't know where she went. She's west.